Hello guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Tara Tarot. I will be doing your reading from June 15th to June 30th. This reading will be for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Following this round of readings, I will be doing monthly readings for the sign. So it will be July 1st to August 1st following this. But I had ended your last reading around mid-June, So I wanted to finish out June for you guys. So, as I had last time, I made sure to shuffle the cards beforehand. That way, we could just jump right into the reading. So, we could just get started. Alright, guys. So, starting off, the first question I asked... Let me actually move this a little bit. I'm so sorry. I'll bring the cards closer to you to see, of course. So, the first card I asked was, what is the theme for the next 2 weeks for you guys? And the card that came out... Oh, I'm fighting with it. Oh, right. The card that came out for that is the Six of Cups, right? So the Six of Cups talks about nostalgia, about remembrance. It's the soulmate card. So I do feel for you guys that the next 2 weeks, there's going to be an emphasis around a soulmate, likely a soulmate from your past. I do feel like this is a romantic soulmate as well. Someone that you've had romantic relationships with before, someone that kind of makes you feel like a kid. As you could see in this picture, I don't know if you, you could see it a little bit. It doesn't totally focus, but basically they're having like a tea party, right? So all these little spirits are having a tea party, and if you could see this little girl, she has a red bow around her. Now the red bow is something that comes up a lot in these cards, especially because it is a sign about destiny, about someone that you were destined to meet, someone you were destined to have in your life, someone that you were destined to have relationships with. Now, there is also a possibility, because this is talking about the past, is this could be someone that you've had relationships with in the past life. Now, some of you I know that watch this think that's way too much for me to think into, and I totally understand that. But what I will say for it is if you aren't someone that believes in past lives, you are probably someone who still has met someone in your life that you felt like, I've known this person for my whole life, or I've known them before this life. And you might not even believe in that, but you just feel like a remembrance or a connection with someone. And I do feel like that's going to be the theme for the next 2 weeks, is revolving around a soulmate, likely a soulmate from the past. Now, the next card, and don't worry, we will come up with more, there will be more answers for the soulmate in this connection coming up, but we're going to continue. So the next card I asked with something unexpected that's going to come up for you guys. The card that came out for that is the Empress. So for some of you guys, you might become pregnant. If you are male watching this video, you might get someone else pregnant. I guess it still calls getting pregnant when it's a couple or whatever, but this is a card of fertility, so I do put that out as a warning if you're not really looking for it, to look for that. Another unexpected thing that might come up is you might feel like a connection to this female archetype. Someone might remind you of your mother. It could be that this soulmate that you've had reminds you of your mother in some way, shape, or form, and it might bring up a lot of unexpected ideas for you. They might make you feel very comforted. This person, I think you might not have felt like they would give you this satisfaction or this sense of beauty and this sense of where you're so drawn to them and inspired by them. But I do feel like it will be an unexpected thing, that there's going to be some female in your life, or if it is a male, someone that has a lot of feminine energy that really makes you feel comforted and really reminds you of things that your mother had done to make sure that you felt okay in the world. And I really do feel like this is connected to the soulmate, just because they came out next to each other, and though it was a different question, everything's related, because we're talking about some things that are going to occur. And if that's the main theme, then I do feel this main theme is somebody in your life being this female archetype. I also believe that the Empress is associated with Taurus energy. I'm sorry for my confusion with it. I just don't want to give you the wrong answer, but I believe it's connected with Taurus energy, and if it is, then this could be representative of a Taurus in your life. I think, it also could be associated with Libra, right? So it could also be a Libra in your life, but that doesn't necessarily mean it needs to be that, because this is a general reading. Now, the next thing I asked was how you could stay grounded and balanced. The card that came out for you was the Hanged Man. So a lot of signs I've been telling, kind of not really stay put, but like keep going. I did the Aquarius reading right before this. So Aquarians, I was telling them, to stay grounded, they actually had to keep moving. Now for you, I feel like you're in this lull period, right? The Hanged Man comes right before the Death card. So the Hanged Man is about being in a position or being in a situation where you kind of feel stuck and like you're not really able to do anything. You just kind of have to sit there and wait for things to happen. And I really do feel like you're going to have to stay grounded and balanced by being there, knowing that change is going to occur. But right now, you're going to have to think of creative ideas to get out of it. But right now, you're in a place where you're kind of stuck. And there's really not much you can do to get out of it. And you might need to be in a place where you kind of stay put. And you just wait for things to occur to you. Now, you are, unlike the Aquarians, and I was saying this with them before, is like, they had the Knight of Wands come out for them, right? So for them, I was saying, you got to keep going. They're masculine signs, so they're active energy. You're a feminine sign, so you're passive energy. So I do feel like it is in your best interest to kind of stay put and let things happen. Because you are very intuitive, and you know that things are occurring, and that might mean that you want to move or act on these actions, but a lot of times you guys feel things before they're actually ready to surface. So just know that you might feel a lot of things, you might feel a lot of things coming towards you, you might feel this urge to move towards this person, or to communicate with this soulmate that is coming up for you, but you might just kind of have to wait, and be receptive to the fact that they're going to come after you, or that you have to wait for them. The next card I asked was, what was an important emotion that you're going to feel? And the card that came out for that is the King of Swords. So I do feel like, and I was saying this with one of the other signs, is the King of Swords is very grounded, right? He's the only king that's actually sitting on the throne in this particular deck. In this particular deck, he's the only one that's sitting on the throne. So he's very grounded. On top of this staff, right, he has an owl. So owl is wisdom. Above him, there's so much space above his head because he's very stuck in his thoughts. And these two ravens are representative of Norse mythological gods. The Norse mythological god Odin, right? He had two ravens. They were Hugin and Munin, and they were the informants. So this is representative of that you're getting this information, and you're kind of grounded and sitting in it. And I think what's important is, an important emotion that's coming out of this is you might feel a little bit detached. Now, I know some Pisceans like to, you guys are very dreamy, and sometimes your emotions are so intense that you kind of like to stray away from them. It might be important that you actually stay in your thoughts, or kind of try to make things a little bit more logical, because you do feel so much that you might need to think things through, and you might feel confused by the fact that you really just want to communicate, and you're just kind of waiting for, this communication to occur to you. And instead, like, you're sitting in your thoughts, but you have the information that you need, and you recognize that although you feel all of these things that might not even be occurring yet, your thoughts, the logical things that you're able to think of the situation, are going to help you best at this time. And it's going to work best for you to not be so in your emotions. The King of Swords also is someone who has went through a lot of hardships and has learned lessons. So it might be a very important thing that's going to come up for the next 2 weeks is, I feel like you guys are going to start to feel like, you kind of got it. Like, you've recognized what you've done before. You recognize what doesn't really fit in any longer, and instead you're going to use that to your greatest good. You're going to use that to go further in your life. You're not going to be stuck in such a negative energy anymore. Now, next I asked something that could inspire you, and the card that came out was the Queen of Swords. So I do feel like there might be a Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarian in your life. This could also, I really do feel this is feminine, because it's, feminine energy, and this is a queen. I do feel that there is either a Libra, an Aquarius, or a Gemini in your life, female. This could also just be this could just be a female who can come off as cold, can come off as detached from emotion, who's very logical, right? I do feel that this person is going to help you kind of put things in a very logical perspective, and they might bring out this emotion of the King of Swords. So they might actually make you feel even more steadfast than this one. And let's just realize that the Queen of Swords is very, very, very harsh, very brash. So I do feel that there are going to be people, like someone in your life, probably a female, who's just going to say, I know you feel all of these emotions, but this is how you have to think about it. You have to think about things logically. You have to be truthful. You need to really, and someone's going to be very blunt with you, because this card is also about really like harsh truths. And she's not really trying to attack, but she's saying how she feels. And she doesn't care how that hurts you. So this person might make you want to kind of crawl into your shell. Not that you really have a shell as much, but it might make you want to swim away even further from your other fish. Well, I'll put it like that, because I say the shell for the crabs. You know, our Cancerians. But I do feel like you might want to run away when this is happening, but I think that they're really going to stick it to you that, you know, you need to be like that. You need to be thinking more logically, because you feel so much that sometimes you make decisions that create self-sacrificing behavior that could actually harm you. And this person is saying, hey, look at all of these things that you've done to harm yourself for this person, or that you've done to harm yourself that haven't really made this relationship work before, that haven't really made you, you know, feel comfortable. Or you might just go all in with your emotions and then you play all of your cards outright. And now, you know, everything's out on the table and there's no protection layer anymore. And this person's trying to remind you and inspire you to be more detached, to be more logical. And I do feel like that, because this is also a pairing, I do feel like there will be a balance within your thoughts, because that is a counterpart. Now, I asked next how your spirit guides will try to communicate with you within the next 2 weeks. And the card that came out with that is the Knight of Pentacles. So Knight cards are people who, they are like the teenagers, right? You know, they have this idea, they want to do something, they go after it, they do it. Great. Knight of Wands, let's say if it was that, just wants to go, doesn't care about if he has everything together, he's just rushing into it. The Knight of Pentacles is much slower. The Knight of Pentacles has taken into account every little thing and is going after it with the knowledge and the wisdom behind him. And he might have taken his time to get there, but now he's starting to move forward. So I do feel like your spirit guides are starting to show you in your practical life, because this is revolving around your money, your finances, the things that happen, time, you know, things that we can see. I think that your spirit guides are going to start showing you changes in those areas of your life, and you're going to start to feel like, oh, okay, I can move towards it now. Now you're going to start to feel like you should start acting on these things that they're giving you. So your spirit guides, I believe, are going to be giving you new opportunities towards work, new opportunities to free up your time and spend it with loved ones, to free up your time and spend it doing something that you're passionate about, to find new opportunities to make money doing things that you're passionate about, to make opportunities doing things that really, you know, help other people. Because this is also, you know, about the exchange. Like, you guys really care about other people, so they are showing you that it's okay to move towards that. You're getting clarification. And I think your spirit guides are also going to give you opportunities to make more money. I think that, like, you're going to have a lot of blessings within your financial life, and that's going to be your spirit guide saying, like, you know, your energy is balanced in this way, for lack of a better term. I think they're going to try to show you that things are working out, and they're giving you clarification that you're headed in the right direction. Now, the next card is how you could best support yourself. The card that came out for that was the Fool. Now, with the Fool, we see that she's at this edge, right? So it's like, we don't know what's below here. She could fall into water, and it could be, you know, shallow water, and she could hurt herself. She could fall, and there could be a really, really steep drop, and now something happens. She could fall, and they could all bring her to flight, because they are surrounding her. Now remember, this is also, birds are representative of spirit. So they are guiding you to do something, and they are making sure that you're okay. And though they might not be able to lift you fully, they are guiding you towards something. So if you do fall, they're at least helping alleviate whatever blow is at this bottom. So the Fool card is also about taking chances, taking risks, following your intuition, going after something with, it's a beginning of a journey. This is something that's all new energy that's coming towards you. And I think how you could best support yourself is knowing that if this is someone from your past, right, coming back for you, you're going to feel a lot of emotions. You're going to feel a lot of things that you've felt before come back up, and they're going to be amplified because it's reminding you of the things that you've done before and the lessons that you need to learn. But I think that this person's going to say, hey, think about everything. What have you learned? What has this person done to you? Now use these things to figure out, do you want to continue a relationship with this person? And if it's not romantic, do you want to continue a friendship with this person? Do you really want this person to be like this mother figure, to help take care of you, to give you like these feminine, because you might also be in a sense where like you're more in a masculine energy right now, which is difficult for a feminine sign because that kind of is like an imbalance or a switch of roles, though we do have both within us. So this could be someone bringing this like feminine energy towards you, and you could have been told, to like ignore it because maybe before they were a very masculine energy and it was very harsh, and now they're coming at you with a change, and someone's trying to tell you, hey, think about this logically. But you're also being asked to realize that this is a new beginning, and you have to support yourself by saying that, yeah, you don't have to run after this person, you kind of have to wait and things are just going to come towards you, but also this is a new beginning. You don't have to look at everything like that. Like, know that things are going to change. This is a change for the better. This is a new opportunity for you to start all over again. Probably starting all over again with this person in your life. And the bottom of the deck was the Four of Wands. So the Four of Wands often talks about marriage, union, celebrations, family, things going right. So this being the secret message at the bottom, I really do feel like there's a union coming for you guys. And I feel like you don't want to rush into it because you're scared about getting hurt. And this time you're going to recognize that you have learned a lot of lessons. And things are not going to go the way that they did before. But there is a positive new beginning that can come from this. So if you recognize what you've done and you take the time to kind of just let things come to you and to really rationalize everything that's occurring, then all of these other blessings are going to start to come through. I'm not saying don't stick into your head too much. Don't let it overcome you. But let the thoughts come, let them pass, recognize what they are, and incorporate them with the emotions that you have. And if you do both of these things, you will feel a sense of stability, a sense of your passions and your desires going the way that you wanted. And this might have been something that you've been waiting for or you've thought would happen for a long time. Alright guys, so that's your reading. I do feel like there are a lot of beautiful things happening for you guys, and I hope that is the case. I will see you guys for your July readings. If you enjoyed this reading, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys shortly. Alright guys, thank you. Goodbye.